The Democratic Party is celebrating President-elect Joe Biden's victory over President Trump.
And joining us with reaction on local levels is Gary Stark, chair of the Kent County Democratic Party. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. It's a beautiful day already.
Thank you so much for joining us. So let's just kick things off. What is the reaction from the Democratic Party, both nationally and here in Kent County?
Well, yesterday began as a beautiful day, and it became even better. As you could tell from the clips of celebrations across the nation, Democrats are jubilant and celebrating this great victory. Much of that comes from a relief of the tension, the uncertainty of what's going to happen with this election has finally been eased, and people just feel great, or most of the nation feels great.
Yeah, it was astounding to watch all those celebrations nationally yesterday. So now that we know projected Joe Biden will be the next president, what do you think we can expect from Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in their first few months in office?
Oh, lordy, lordy. I would not want to be in their place. The biggest challenge they face now is just overcoming the tremendous national division we have. In some ways, it's like getting past a civil war. They have immediately the sense of settling the legitimacy of election. I think most Americans feel that they have been legitimately elected, both by the popular vote and by the electoral vote. But clearly there are some people, including Donald Trump, who are not ready to accept that yet. And the next few weeks and months, the legitimacy of President Biden, President-elect Biden, is going to be challenged. Somehow we'll get past that. The fact that many Republicans seem to have crossed over and voted Republican but have voted not for Donald Trump, I think will help that process. And assuming we get the legitimacy of the election established, then the next problem becomes to establish a transition team to help them transition power from setting up a team that they can work with and transitioning power from the Trump administration to the Biden administration. That will depend on cooperation from the Republicans. And building an administration. They have to make appointees, all of which have to be approved by the Senate. And that will be no easy task. First of all, we don't know who controls the Senate yet. 2 seats are still open in Georgia. They probably won't be decided until January. Appointing Democratic senators. There are many well-qualified Democrats who currently serve in the Senate who make excellent cabinet members. But there's a danger of appointing a Democratic senator who is now in a Republican state, because they would be replaced by probably a Republican senator, and Democrats would have a weaker position in the Senate. So figuring out how to get Senate approval for appointees will be a big problem. And once they get past all of that, they have to face the immediate crises that our country is in. The pandemic crisis, and people becoming tired of taking safe measures, and many people refusing to take safe measures. But clearly solving the COVID crisis is at the top of anyone's list, and the economic disruption that has gone along with it. Both of those issues will require cooperation from both sides to come up with some kind of acceptable solution that will work for America. And the larger issue is going to be how does one heal the national divisions? Last night, Joe Biden said he wants to rule as an American president of all the people, not just those who voted for him. Easier said than done. Many people will continue to resist his presidency, much like the Tea Party resisted President Obama. He will need to restore world trust with our allies. That should not be too hard. Our allies respect Joe Biden. They know him. They worked with him. And as you could see from celebrations around the world last night in European cities like London and Berlin, our foreign allies I think, are relieved that the Trump era is ended and that they will have a new president to work with.
Well,
so
Gary,
there's a long list. Yes?
Oh, no, you can finish your point.
I would just say there's a long list of things, but those are the ones that are immediately on his plate.
Yeah, well, Gary, thank you so much for speaking with us here this morning. Definitely a historic moment and a long road ahead still come January 20th. So thank you so much for your time here this morning.
Thank you.
All right, I think we're going to